Just because you're alone doesn't mean that your journey stops. Doesn't mean that you're supposed to sit down, stop, and wait for people to join you, because your life keeps going. Every day is a new day, and you're learning from the last one. Whether you're going downhill, uphill, it's all a part of the process. The path isn't the path without it. In order to maneuver through the things that you don't want to be in, you got to stay on your path. And your path is going to be windy, uphill, downhill, because that's the path you chose. If you choose the one you want to choose. A lot of people are walking paths that they're following other people, and they're living the other people's lives because that's the life they want to live. When are you going to choose the life you want to live? When are you going to separate yourself from the people that just keep trying to tear you down and make you look bad and take everything they can feel like they can take from you? At some point, your life has to be this path. You have to walk it and be happy that you're walking it by yourself. If you chose the path that you want to live. Because at the end, you don't want to have been walking someone else's path, following them in a direction that's for them. They're happy with the choices they're making, and you're happy with making a choice to follow them because they're happy. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to give up on your marriage or don't be close with your family or friends. It just means that you need to stay on your path in the sense that you make the decisions you want to make, and then you rejoin them if you cross and they want to walk a path that's similar to yours. Maybe not even be on the same. It might be just a few yards away. It could be over that way. But you can still communicate, especially in this day and age. But you gotta be certain that you're making the right decisions that sit well with you. And if your path has to constantly divert itself to make decisions and choices that you don't want to make, or for your feelings to be changed in a direction where you choose a different path because someone made you feel bad, or you don't choose a path at all, you choose to walk backwards. You choose to walk backwards. You choose to go and chase revenge and spite and vengeance on all these people that did you wrong. But steadily, even as you're turning around, your path is still moving forward. And all of that misery that you keep part of your path because you go back and try to seek vengeance or to prove it wrong, you're forgetting the direction that you're trying to walk. Your day is going to move forward no matter what anybody does to you. It's always going to move forward. Never going to move backwards. Even if you choose to live in the mindset of getting something one back for something they did before, you're still moving forward. You're still planning for the future to do something bad. And over time, it creates a person inside of you that you don't even recognize, but it's a new you now. And everybody thinks that progress is the only way. But we progress negatively if that's the direction we're trying to go. Just understand something. Some people are really seeking to be the best at whatever they do. They want to be the best at whatever they do, no matter what it is, good and bad. It's good givers and it's good thieves. Always understand that you could be perfecting a direction that is just emotionally attached to pain, hurt, resentment. Do you want that for yourself long term? Because you can't enjoy the things happening around you if you're constantly looking at that. Everything that's happening right here in front of you, you miss it. You miss it. And when you're not in the moment, when you're not stopping to smell of leaves, stopping isn't even necessarily a bad thing. But you gotta be doing it for the right reasons. Healing is a part of that process as well. And sometimes you can't truly heal if you're trying to press forward too much. A lot of things become things that be bent up, and you don't know where they're coming from and how they're affecting you and where it's changing your mindset. So it's always good to self-evaluate. Self-evaluate. Ask yourself, is this who I want to be? Would I have made that decision if I didn't feel this way? Because feelings aren't us. Feelings are everyone. Everyone has feelings. You know what I'm saying? What separates us is the mindset. The mindset. How our brain processes things to make the decision in the moment. That is what separates everybody. The mindset of the person to decide in that moment what to do, what they will do, how they would do it, because it would look different. Everybody might try to run away, but everybody might not get away. So every process is different. Everything gonna look different. Everyone's success at something is gonna be situational and circumstantial. But the only things we can control, really, is how we treat others, how we think about things, and where our heart and mind is when we do the things we do. That's the only things we can control. Everything else will be subconscious. Blinking, breathing. You don't tell yourself to breathe. You don't have a conversation with your body to breathe all day, enough for a good enough amount of air. You don't tell yourself, you're like, all right, body, I need you to breathe. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell yourself to blink. You don't tell your eyes where to look. You don't tell your feet where to put his foot down. You don't tell your arm to move. All of it becomes subconscious. Reflexes, all of that subconscious is what you train your mind to be ready for. That is what separates humans from everything. A cheetah can't train. A cheetah gets better at hunting, but doesn't train. And even a lot of that stuff that those animals do is subconscious. Like they think that a lion holding her kittens or her holding her cubs is her way of showing that she loves them. But that's nature. That's every animal. It's built in them. It's just like it's built in us. And although you got hunting and things like that of the other animals, nature tends to get along with itself pretty well. And that's how we're supposed to be as humans. We're not supposed to be making all these differences in who makes more, who makes less, how tall someone is, what their complexion is, their accent, all this other stuff. Like, look at this. We had the grass, we had the rain, we had the trees, we had the rivers, we had the bushes, the flowers, all working together to create a scenic environment. Even the birds, all coming together to create a scenic environment, tranquility, peace. That is all humankind coming together to create a beautiful place. To think that we have the most potential to work together and have the least success at working together. Because this river can't say, yo, what would be decent, tree? If you started growing right in the middle of it, like or a bird, it'd be decent if you create a nest right on top of this tree right here. It don't work together like that. Or listen, tree. I want to place 7 nests in your tree. Is you cool with that? It don't work like that. Humans have the capacity to work together in every way, and we are the least we're the least successful at it. Least successful. Least successful. How the rain comes down to wet the grass, all working together. Because rain is rain, but the fact that it feeds and waters everything. Think about how that all works together. This is not no accident. And humans lack the understanding because the feelings have become more of the mind than the actual mind, and using it to its fullest capacity. People have become lazy because of a lot of things that are around us that make things simple, quick, and it has created impatience when the process is still the process. People want faster results, which are normally temporary and cause a lot of problems down the road. So now when your life is starting to take that uphill climb, you gotta be gracious and understanding to other people that have went through the same struggle as you. And for the people that are making more than you, that shouldn't even be your concern because you're no longer in the place that you used to be. So now you're challenging yourself or feeling like it's a competition now because you're not in the struggle no more. Makes no sense. The struggle was the struggle. You're making enough to feed many families before it was hard to just feed yourself. And now you're living your life to compete with someone else for whatever reason. Nature and humans are so completely different. There's no competitiveness to be anything more than what they are made to be. All working together to create a scenic environment, cohabitating together. And this is all around the world. You see this with nature. The humans, we can only do it to a certain extent. Like, you don't see those, like the foxes and the squirrels and the rabbits all live out here, but they don't got no walls separating the rabbit house from the squirrel house. You know, everybody's out here together, and they know what the risk is, especially if you wanted to prey. But everything eats, and some things are fed, like the flowers with the rain and the sunlight. But just like that uphill climb, you gotta look at life like you are still on this path alone. Whole time you walking, everything going on around you, but you're still walking that path. You gotta stay in tune with yourself. Evaluate why you make decisions. Don't let other people's mindset and thinking become something that you're just attached to for the feeling or the admiration or the stature of a person. You have to value the message and being honest with yourself to listen to it so that you can make the proper adjustments to yourself. Some of the harshest criticism, something that you might be really good at, might sound like the worst thing to be critiquing, but we can all be better in even our best things. So I found that even if you work on something every single day, that person saying something to you about it, just lets you know that you always can raise your bar. And that should intrigue you if that's something you already do well. It's just like a basketball player. I feel like Kobe Bryant was one of those people that he was trying to be better even at the things he was great at. You know what I'm saying? Things that people be like, he doesn't even need to practice this. He practiced it. Never forgetting the true essence of what he enjoyed the game for. His basics, his fundamentals, and his will. So you have to have the will to stay on your path of life.